All right, so welcome back. We are still looking at our read for today and winning secrets from the pulpit. And we are talking to an author. Of course, he has been writing for quite some time now. And today we are talking about this book that is just 21 Uplifting Sermons by Thewo. And this is Mr. Shadreck. Now, apart from, just being an author, you work with quite a number of, especially young people. Yes. That are authors, and you are the co-founder and deputy director at the Authorship and Career Network. Tell us more of what this network is all about.
Right. Authorship and Career Network, SCN, is a non-profit organization that aims at empowering and making the journey for authors as easy as possible, as well as the affordability in terms of the cost. So we are more of an empowering organization, and we are also an affiliate member of National Arts Council of Zambia. So we look at two things of our concern, which is the authorship, promoting writing and authorship in Zambia as Africa as well. Then we also look at the aspect of skill development, which is the career platform where we can help individuals with skills and talents that we can be able to blend them and make them succeed in what they do. Then the office is currently in Livingstone and Lusaka, and we are expanding so that it can be a national organization.
And how is the response from authors and people that come to you and want to write books but don't really know where to start from?
Well, so the other challenge is that because we are more of empowering, so we have tried to do much of the partnerships. The response from the authors and those who have the desire to write is very massive, and we have over 20 authors who have written something and are yet to publish with us of late. But the aspect of the young ones, which is where the challenge is, we have quite a number of young ones, especially those who are at schools, who are members of Young Authors Club. This is a club that we formed in schools. So a lot of them, as you may know, that writing a book is not that easy, and the expenses involved. So these young authors cannot manage to pay for every cost involved in the publication of a book. So that has been the challenge for us, and we have been working with quite a number of them. And like at St. Mary's, there are about 3 authors who have already finished their books, and one of them will be launching soon, which we'll talk about. So the challenge is on the young ones, but we have also those who are well established as members of SCN, and they can also be assisted, but in a way that is affordable for them.
Yeah. And being an author and working with other upcoming authors as well, how would you describe the reading culture in the Zambian community?
Okay, so the reading culture in Zambia is not desirable enough, and it's a situation whereby we look at the reading culture as something that the government maybe should look up for, but sometimes I think even individual participation is very important, because you need to think about yourself to say, why should I read? And that's where many people miss it. There's knowledge in books. You cannot know what is happening in Europe until you go there. But there's a better way of knowing what is happening in Europe if you can read what is happening in Europe. So people don't read and don't have that information, and they can't know what is happening outside. So it's something that people need to have the interest to say, okay, I want to know about this. And the other thing also about reading is that individuals should consider reading as an exercise for the mind, because just like someone going to the gym and lifting the weights so that you can have bulky muscles, it's the same thing with the mind. If you read a lot, you have a lot of information, knowledge within you, and it will help you to succeed, because information is power. And this is one of my favorite quotes that I came across, to say reading catastrophically destroys your ignorance. Because if you read a lot, you know more about the things that you didn't even know. So it destroys your ignorance, and you need to make sure that you read a lot for your own good, to improve and to know more about what is happening and how you can get to succeed with that.
But how can the reading culture be improved, especially with learners, in different schools?
In Zambia, it's kind of difficult because we don't have a policy in terms of promoting literacy levels. Quite all right, we have efforts that have been implemented, like maybe I can say the National Council of Zambia, which looks at the issue of awards for authors, trying to make sure that people get to write and also read the content of Zambian books. But I think that we need to do more and make it more like a deliberate policy as a country, in such a way that we make sure that we tap the grassroots, especially the young ones, because we don't expect the students or the pupils only to concentrate on reading, mathematics, whatever it is there, so that they just pass the exam. So we need to be diverse in such a way that we encourage other contents also to be embraced by the pupils to read, and that is what is going to help us to succeed. Yeah.
Now, speaking of the authors that you have been helping, there's this book here that talks about you need one opportunity to succeed, and it's titled Shine from the Darkness by Sharon Mainza. Just kindly highlight a few things that this book talks about.
Okay, so Sharon basically brought out the issues of, it's a motivational book, by the way.
Okay.
And she's 18 years old. She's in grade 12 at St. Mary's Secondary School. So Sharon was bringing out some of the concepts and lessons of her life, where she was talking about how the young people, concentrating on the young people, say you can succeed and you don't need to live life that everybody else is living, whereby you look at drugs, abuse, and everything else there. You need to transform yourself and know what you want in life. So she brought out the issues of knowing who you are as part of the character. She also mentioned and stretched out to say you need to discover what you want in life, and that is the guide that will be able to help you. I think young people need that, because a lot of people say, especially the young ones, say life will just take me wherever it will take me. You don't need to make an effort.
Happens.
It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Nothing happens until you work yourself. So you need to know what you want, and that will be the guide for you. Because if you don't know where you are going, every road will lead you where it is going, and usually it is nowhere. So you need to know where you are going, and that's what she was bringing out. And there are a lot of contents that every young people should read about it.
And she did highlight quite a number of interesting things, like you mentioned, very, very important. In chapter 1, she talks about this is your time to shine. She talks about your background isn't a barrier, which I think a lot of people depend on their background. They let their background define them. Developing sound relationships, very, very important, especially in this time and day. You need to have relationships that contribute to your growth, not just harvesting from you, but also building you. She also talks about life is sweet, be happy. Sometimes it's very important, even if you are going through a tough time, just be happy, because life is too short for you. For sure. And she also talks about character speaks of values, very, very important. You possess everything, improving your health, very important. In as much as we are trying to improve our mental health, our physical health is also important. The source of creativity, pursue greatness in a career, don't quit school, the call for help. She also talks about the power of meditating, which I think is very, very important. Every day when you wake up in the morning, try as much as possible to meditate. I think it brings a lot of positive energy. She also talks about beer drinking and smoking. Of course, maybe just encouraging young people not to indulge themselves in bad vices. But let's speak on the launch as well, and let's just speak about the event.
All right, sure. So we're going to have an event for one of our authors, which is Joy Mwinga. So Joy Mwinga published a book with Authorship and Career Network. The book is entitled Until We Have Beautiful Faces, A Myth of Love. It's a very interesting book, I might say, with a story, a fiction story about the grandparents, how they met, and what happened from there. So Joy's book, which is scheduled on 20th August 2020, as I said, will be taking place at Zambia Air Force, which is in Livingstone. That is next to Livingstone Central Police. So we are selling tickets at the moment. They are ready.
And I think for more information, you can actually give out your Facebook page so people can get to find you.
All right. So you can still find more information about the launch on our Facebook page, which is the Authorship and Career Network. Then you can even visit the Young Authors Club on Facebook as well, and you get all the information that you may need about the launch.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shadreck, for coming through to our breakfast show today.
Thank you so much for hosting.
All right. Well, it has been indeed a great morning, and of course we, just talking about issues of authorship and career network, very, very important. I think the most important aspects are the issues of being creative in your writing as authors, and also just encouraging the Zambian community to read more, because Shadreck did highlight and mention for that fact that, reading just automatically cuts off people's ignorance, because you get to have more knowledge and more power as you get to read. There is a lot of knowledge and power as you get to read. And so on the breakfast show, we do encourage a lot of reading. And so each and every week we get to shine the light on a specific book that we did talk about. Very, very impressive and interesting. And on that note, we do come to the end of today's Q Breakfast Show. Thank you so much for watching today's edition. You can catch up with everything that you have missed on our Facebook page, that is QTV Zambia. From me, your host, Rhoda Mlenga, it is goodbye and enjoy the rest of your day.